All right, y'all. Today is setting up your base, part one. We're going to go over the nut and make sure it's the height that it needs to be or lowered to where it needs to be. Um, so what you really want, as you can see, I've removed all the strings. I went ahead and cleaned the neck up and everything real good. So, I mean, we've already gone over the cleaning, but I'm going to boil these. I'm gonna boil those today, get those clean. And I'm just gonna go and adjust the nut today. So I've got my straight edge here. What you wanna do is you drop it right down. Let me make sure I'm getting this. You drop it right down in the nut there. So I can see what we've got here. So you drop it right down. Yeah. Let me see here. All right, so as you saw, we're not at 1 millimeter between the first fret and the straight edge. Can't get it. G string the same way. So we're gonna have to raise the nut. So we'll just go in. Pop this bad boy out. Clean it down in there. See how simple it is. We just pop the nut out. Easy peasy. You can see that's your B string, E, A, D, G. You want to keep those. You don't really, they file these down, what you can do, but people talk about cutting it. You don't want to cut that too much because you're gonna ruin the integrity of your nut. You start cutting down there, it could break. So what we do, we'll just file down. If it's too high, we'll just file off the backside evenly. But as you can see, we've got to raise it. So I have, let's cut our shim down. There we go. Excuse me again. That's a little much. Split that again. The shims are pretty easy to work with. Just a little elbow grease. Just slide apart. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's 1 millimeter is what we're talking about, so it doesn't take much, just a little bit. Sometimes, which I might end up using, because like I say, it's not that much. This shim's a little. There we go. I think that's going to give me enough. Might be too much. Yeah, make sure you put your nut back in right. sure, but then, like I had said, we don't want to use little Elmer's glue is fine. I've got some wood glue here. Just a little bit. You want to be able to pull it back out. You don't want it to be stuck in there forever. Let me heat this up. Make sure I got some right measurements. Really just cut my driver's license down. If you have one of them credit cards you don't need, perfect. Cut it down, that'll be my 1mm. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Sometimes you gotta get creative, which that's what the music business is all about, creativity. I like it, just enough. Okay, now we get us some glue. Just a dab will do you. Ooh, it's more than a dab. I'll just drag it on through there. Rub it around a little bit. That should be my 1mm right there. Snug as a bug in the rug. Okay, now we come back. Double check. Right there. That's good. Probably a little, still a little lower. Still a little too low. glue out of there. Just doesn't look good. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So there you go. That's raising your nut. Like I say, if worst came to worst and it was too, that was probably the hard fix. I'm used to, typically it's too high and you got to sand it down. So that takes a little more getting it even and everything. This was easier because, like I said, just get creative. Just if you that shy 1 millimeter, cut the driver's license in half and throw in there. Old insurance card. Nobody needs it. Who needs insurance? My wife will disagree with that. So will I. Get insurance. You never know. You never know. Okay, so what's that? The next thing on our on our action is our strings. We'll be adjusting the saddle and the bridge saddles right here, these here. And all we want to do there is we just want to raise it. We'll take our little Allen wrench and then we just move these up, these out up or down, raise the string up or down. And that's what we're going to do now. But first, we're going to clean the strings. So we'll be back. All right. Well, I'm back. Get out the sunlight there. A little bright. So I've cleaned my strings, cleaned my base. I used my lemon conditioner, that stuff. Condition the neck. And we saw we raised the nut because mine was too low. So now we've raised the nut, and I'm gonna restring it, and then we're gonna check the distance between here, and we're gonna adjust our bridge saddles. My little trusty thing there. Gotta keep a clean work spot too. So as we thread this, I'm gonna talk about adjusting that nut and just how you stick with it. Stick with anything, it will happen. You're passionate about it, it will happen. You just you can't rush it. It will come in time. And use that so you don't stress and feel like you gotta hurry up and get this going. You know, and you're gonna miss something. You're not gonna miss nothing. You're gonna get there. Been doing this for a long time, and I remember when I first started out, I thought there's a lot of people out here playing this, but a lot of people give up And they don't fail because they can't do it. They fail because they just give up. So we wrap that around there, and I like to get a couple of them. I usually start from the top and then let it wind down. This big old B string, it's a bear. But keep it down, push down so the string goes from the top to the bottom of the tuning peg. That's what you want. And across that nut down. So a little radius. So not that it matters. You just do it by action, how it feels. You don't look at this. You're going to think, well, this saddle should look like that. And it will, but you've got your B strings fat and your G string is thin. So the diameter is a big difference. So this one's going to be a lot lower than this one. So because the bottom of this fret is going to be that close to the fret because it's such a thick string. So there's going to be a difference. It's not going to matter if you don't see that in the saddle. You're just going to get this right to where each string, it's got that 1 millimeter right there at the 12th fret. So I'll take out my handy dandy little Allen wrench here. It'll fit right down in the saddle. Fits right down in there. Basically all we're doing is raising this saddle up or down. And how we decide that, you just take on the last fret and push it down. Right there. So you check. The more speed you're going to have, the deeper the tone you're going to get. Coming up now. That's pretty good. It's not bad. Check the G string. It's a little shy of 1 millimeter. I think we're going to be all right. Just don't want a whole lot of fret buzz. No fret buzz. What little bit you hear in there, it won't go through. You won't hear it through the amp. As I was cleaning these strings, I'm seeing they're about due to be replaced. So that's everything. We're going to check. Get out of the sunlight. All right, well that's it for today. That tomorrow we'll be back to setting up the bass, part 2, and tomorrow we're going to look at the neck relief, adjusting the truss rod, and the pickups. So I will see y'all tomorrow.